Hey folks, Gary Dean here with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Thursday, August 13th, 2026. So, good PPI numbers came out today, and that sparked the bulls, and I kind of had a feeling that we were going to get this. It was going to be a massive squeeze, and really the main reason we broke through that line, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find out. Okay, so what I've been pointing out was this, every time we've come up to this this trend line right here, we've gotten knocked down. We poked through it and went straight down. But now we gapped up, and then once we didn't come back down again, I kind of had a feeling it was going to be a pretty nice short squeeze, and that's pretty much what happened. And then from there, we did see a little bit of selling, and that part, I think, was because we had the 780 call wall. So this was an options thing right here. From there, we had a pretty decent pullback right into the support area where, hang on one second, I'm just taking this off. All right, so you can see this is one of the support areas right here where our previous high was. We came pretty close to it, but if we take a look, yeah, we almost hit it exactly. So once we came close to this support, this was our breakout. We saw buyers step in, and it was a little boring, but you can see it was definitely more on an uptrend, and they were just following the 2-minute 50-day moving average. Every time we came to here, they bought it and moved it up. So it was a really pretty much a bullish day, except for this period right here where we had a little bit of a pullback. So what do we do going forward? It's one of the things where we just finished a down cycle, and that was within the last week or two. So I wouldn't really be fighting this right now. This could last into September, or we could keep going up, but I do believe we're going to get some type of pullback on it. And the main reason, let me do this, I don't know why I'm on a 2-minute chart here, so let's go to a 15-minute chart. That will give us a better idea. Okay, so here you can see that we on our heavy oscillator, we're pretty overbought right here, and we had a high volume reversal bar at pretty much at the close. So we do get pullbacks on it. If we head higher, what I would be looking at would be probably a move. What I would honestly, would be where I'd be looking to. I would think there would be sellers waiting somewhere up near that 780 area is a good one. It's a round number. So if for some reason we get a gap up, I wouldn't be buying that one. I'd be more on the end of looking to fade it, because if it would be healthy for the bulls. That's probably the best way to pull it, because if they keep trying to do these gap ups and going, eventually you're just going to get people that are going to look at valuations and say things are too high and start scaling out. So it will be, you'll have people that are, more like, okay, I need to get out of here. This is what my system is telling me, and we'll have automatic selling. But right now, if we get a pullback, obviously the bears got to get it through this 775. But more importantly, let's just say below here, I would say the 772. So our support areas would be this. Let me clone this. So our support areas are going to be the lows that we made today. So that's going to be at the 775.32. And from there, you can see the support is right here, but let's just say where our low was today. So we have the 775.32, 774.11, and then this is the important one, down at the 772.42, because if they, just say 772. If they lose that, then that's where it opens up to closing this gap that was down at the 770.57, but more likely coming down and testing the lows here at the 769.50. So upside, I would not be chasing up here. Everyone's bullish when we're at the highs. When we had our little pullback, everybody was bearish. We're not in any kind of bear market, meaning even if we get this pullback, I don't see it coming for probably a couple years. So whatever pullback we get, when we're going to get a 10% pullback, that's almost guaranteed. Where? I'm not sure. but we're going to get one, and it's just going to be a buying opportunity. You have to ride them out, and that's really what it is. If anything, if I see a top coming, I'll let you guys know. Maybe scale out of things or buy some VIX puts, calls, or some index puts just to protect yourself and hold on to your stocks. So again, we're very, very pretty overbought right there. Let's take a quick look at the 60-minute chart. And again, where you can see we're at pretty extreme levels here. You can see that we don't really have any divergence on our liquidity divergence indicator, even though we did get an exhaustion bar here. So this is, and if you look at it, it's right at the exact top. These don't pop up after it goes down. It shows up as this candle is there. So great call on that one. It was a great trade because we had the spiders go from 779.50 all the way down to 775. But in any case, this is if we head down, we already know the areas that we need to keep an eye on. I think this gap will be filled at some point, especially because guess what? This was a gap to new all-time highs. So if we're going to trade that, I think it's going to happen within probably the next 3 days. That will come down and we'll touch that this 773 level. So really quick look at IWM. There was really not a whole lot going on. It had a great start. It was really strong yesterday, but today we had the big gap up in, actually this is an hour. I'm sorry. I'm looking at this the wrong way. 5 minutes. So you can see we had the gap up, and then for a big long time, man, it just trended down and then just had a little pop up. Not much really going on with it. And again, I still believe that we're going to, we'll probably see this. My target was up at the 305 level. I still think this is going to be at the 310 before everything is said and done. The small caps are nowhere near where where we have the S&P and the Qs, and the Qs are really strong today. That was one of the reasons why we saw the indexes rising. So, hang on one second. All right, so for the fund, we lost $8.95. That had to do a lot with the gold stocks. They didn't really perform too well today. They had a huge run, so a little bit of a pullback. The algorithms were up 15,000 today. That NQ, the day trading system, did really, really well, but it had more to do with just the swing trading. And that's the beauty of the system when you have all four running, is that you're going to be in a swing trade that's up $15,000 as the day trading's trying to trade whatever the intraday trend is. So it had a decent day today. We actually went live. It took me a little while. I thought it was going to be very easy, where we just attach it to our brokerage account to the trading view, and that was it. I learned a lesson today. It's not that easy, so we had to set up a bridge. It was pretty chaotic, but it's up and running now. I'm loading up all of them. We're going to be 100% live come Monday. Today, like I said, when I put it on and it was live and we were in a trade, and I'm like, I don't even know where we are. Are we long? Are we short? And I ended up closing the trade, and just because I freaked out, because I didn't realize. I was just looking at where we were on it, and unfortunately, it was the ES that got us long, and this is the 2 minute, and I want to say it was somewhere in this area here where I'm like, all right, are we long? And I just closed the trade because I wasn't sure what was going on, and from there it screamed higher. But in any case, I figured it all out. We're all on one platform. I see the trades. I see everything. TradingView is just the instrument that we're going to be using to make these trades. But we have it's a platform that you log into and you're able to see all the trades going off at once. So I'm glad about that. It was pretty stressful today, and for the live account, I traded the ES, and we made $300. And again, it could have probably been $1,500. I just was figuring out how to get these platforms going. But in any case, everything is working out as I expected on it. We should be 100% live come next week, and from there, we just add up what profits we make and what losses we make. So with that, have a fantastic night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.